Marvin, I know you're never 100% happy after results, but a good win today.
Yeah. Listen, a fantastic win, a win that made me proud of the players. Before the game, we spoke about finding a purpose. We've got 2 games to go, 180 minutes worth of football. Find a purpose. So we played 90 minutes, so you play 1 minute over that duration. Go out there and give absolutely everything, and my players did that for me today.
10-minute spell, especially in the first half, they were just unplayable.
Yeah, they were, and that's what they're capable of. I think last week as well, we started the game especially well. Obviously, we all know what happened, and I said go and start like that, but end like that as well. I said you won't control the whole game because they're a very good team. There's a reason that they're going into the playoffs. But I said, when you're in control and you're on top, make sure you score goals, and they did that today.
Took their chances. That was the difference, wasn't it?
Yeah, fantastic. Harry getting in at the back post, absolutely brilliant. He's been working on his runs into the box, and fantastic ball in, gets his head on the end of it. The set play works as well for EC to put it in the back of the net. I'm not sure he's meant to hit it with his foot, but it wasn't meant to be that low. But listen, he's in the right area and he puts it in the back of the net. And then, like you said, Rory's as well. 3 different goal scorers. And amongst that, you've got boys, working ever so hard. Kieran McKenna came in for his only his second start underneath me. His last start was away at Montrose in my first game at the football club. And he has to be patient. He's shown a fantastic attitude and, he gets rewards for that today.
Lewis Gibson as well coming in, 2 assists for the first 2 goals.
Yeah, listen, absolutely brilliant. Lewis is a young player that we admire massively at this football club. He's probably playing that position in being a left wing back, but as you said, 2 assists for him today, and then he gets a bit of cramps, so he got a bit of stick from me. I'm saying you're 10 years of age and you're getting cramps, something's not right there. But no, listen, Gibbo's a fantastic, energetic young player, and he'll only get better. We just have to be careful with the minutes that he does play, because he's playing against a lot of older players.
Harry saying that's his first ever header.
Really? Oh, well, I'll be working on that again next week then. That doesn't surprise me, to be fair. He's normally a number 6, isn't he? But we are trying to get him higher up the pitch. He can do a bit of both, obviously, with Ian Wilson starting as a 6 today. Harry got to play as an 8. So, listen, arriving into the box like that, you're going to get on the end of things and, show composure to put it in the back of the net. So I was delighted for him that it hit the back of the net. If he'd have missed with that header, he'd have been in trouble, Sandra.
He's also saying that, he asked to play that wee bit further forward. So it shows that you're listening to the players as well and giving them some opportunities too.
Yeah, no, listen, football's all about opportunities, isn't it? And he has asked to play that little bit higher forward, but he's been kind of being restricted to a 6 at times, and he'll do both for us. He will do both for us, but if he plays like that as a number 8, maybe I have to listen to him a little bit more. So, yeah, listen, Harry can do. He's a well-rounded footballer. He's still only 22 years of age. He's got a lot of potential within him. And now it's about kicking on and playing more games next season than he did this.
You talked here as well about Ian Wilson, who's playing, I thought was having a decent game, but picked up another injury. Yeah,
so he hurt his ankle in the first half, around 35 minutes, and I shouted across. We were going to take him off at that point, and he said no, I'll strap it up at half time. And to be fair to him, he did that. He tried to come back out, and then he blocks a shot. He's putting his body on the line for the football team, and that's what we need. We need that from everyone. It would have been easy for him to say, what are we really playing for here? I'm just going to come off, and he didn't. He stayed out there. He blocked a shot that was, destined to hit the target, and then he says, I need to come off, and he does that, and somebody else goes on. So, yeah, it's unfortunate for him, and unfortunate for us as a team. We'll assess that again on Monday and see how he is. But yeah, it's an ankle knock.
They showed the 2 sides of the game again today. First half, as we talked about, the creative stuff, and then second half defensive. Yeah,
exactly. I thought we were fantastic defensively in the first half, if I'm honest, but like you said, in the second half they had to show a different side to it, the game. Airdrie, as I said, got a foothold in the game, and they'll do that because they're a very, very good team. You have to deal with a little bit of adversity with them scoring. It's 2-1 and the goal, I'll pick at that goal, and I told them that in there after that won't be accepted because there's a free striker in the box. We have to do better. Yes, we win the game 3-1, it won't be forgotten. We'll go through those things again and again and again if we need to. But then they grow back into the game, and that's not easy to do. The tendency was with Airdrie, the fans are getting behind them, and then the players get their foot on the ball again and start playing. And that's why we want to play the way we do play, because you can take the sting out of it. And then we get, as I said, a free kick, and it gets put in the back of the net.
As we talked about last week, it's playing for pride.
Yeah, playing for pride, playing for places, playing for contracts. All of those things, and listen, we won't accept anything less than that. I said I'll call it out if I saw players taking their foot off the gas. I haven't seen it. Trained brilliantly all week, and then get a brilliant performance out of them today. So yeah, that foot won't come off the gas, and we'll build again now to next Saturday's game against Kelty Hearts, the final game of the season.
One last push against them as well, and something to prove against them, really.
We've got nothing to prove to anyone but ourselves. The pressure, there's more than enough pressure from me on those players within there, believe me. So yes, listen, it's one of those games we want to go in and win. end the season on a high going into the summer, and it gives us good grounding kind of for pre-season, and we'll have a pitch like this, which I can't wait for.
Yeah, exactly. A good surface today makes a difference.
Oh, it makes a huge difference. Listen, you know, I'm not one to make excuses, but we all know our home pitch needs changing, and it's fantastic that the board are doing that, and you know, allow us to play more football like we kind of saw today. So you know, if that's a benchmark for it, it's going to be an exciting season ahead.
Plans are obviously continuing. Negotiations starting with some players?
Yeah, negotiations have started with some players, and they'll continue with other players over probably the next week to 10 days. And obviously plans to bring players into the football club to give us a more well-rounded squad rather. And those kind of plans have started, you know, since January window closed. You know, when I took this job on, I said to the board that, you know, we'd win as many games as we can between now and the end of the season. And next season, you know, I'll put a squad together that allows us to play a few different shapes, a few different styles, and you know, I can really embed some things into the players over the kind of closed season and pre-season, which will hopefully give us a fruitful season next season. But a lot of hard work will go into it. You know, me and my staff will leave no stone unturned. You know, we are looking absolutely everywhere for players. We've got the profile of players that we do want to bring to the football club, and it's our job to go and find them.